Thank you. I'm Matilda Lartey, founder and director of Matilda Inclusion Foundation. Live in Accra, Ghana. So grateful to be part of the LIP conference. Matilda Inclusion Foundation, community-led solution to textile waste. Africa is at the center of the expanding textile waste challenges. Every year, millions of tons of discarded clothes and textiles arrive on the continent of Africa. Most of these clothes has low quality, which is simply dumped. This pollutes the environment and puts community health hazard and add to the climate problems. As of 2020, over 4,000 tons of second-hand clothes were being shipped to Ghana annually, at which majority of them is sold in Kantamanto Market in Accra, the biggest second-hand clothes market in West Africa. 12 million garments circulate in Kantamanto Market weekly, and 40% are waste. Most of them end up in our drainage system and the landfills. For MFI Foundation help reduce textile waste, we employ and create inclusion living wage for artisans who has been affected by the global fast fashion industry. Through upcycling, we have a workshop where we transform textile waste into upcycling clothing. We create work and job training positions for artisans who has been affected, especially women, persons with disability, mothers of children with disabilities, who has been displaced by the second-hand clothing trade. MFI Foundation transformed textile waste sent to Ghana from the global north into a unique upcycling clothing such as aprons, bags, pencil cases, fabric beads, and many more. With this, as the global is January, second-hand clothes are creating health issues. We think as we stand together, we can make a better world and work more to have a better waste-free world. Matilda and the artisans who has been affected, this job opportunity that they are getting from Matilda made their livelihood very better. Thank you.
Thank you, Matilda. And I'm going to share the slides that you have with some videos and pictures.
This is one of the areas where our biggest drainage passes through, and it's very close to the market where these buildings are being sold. Look at how the way these used buildings have choked our gardens, creating the health hazard we are talking about. So these are some of the photos.
The slides have finished, and we have about 5 minutes. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask Matilda while she's here. Okay, we have a question. I know, Matilda, you've been coming in and out. The internet's having a little trouble. So are you able to hear me, Matilda? Matilda, are you able to hear me now? Matilda, can you hear us? Okay, well, while we try to get this sorted, I'm going to launch our poll for the second round of presentations. Okay, so for those who are attendees, you'll now have access to the comments pool for our second session, and you're welcome to contribute any comments you had to the 3 presentations earlier that we had. Matilda, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Okay, Matilda, I think your audio connected now. So if you just unmute, we'll be able to hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good.
Awesome. So we got a few questions. The first question we had was amazing. What are your greatest accomplishments and your greatest challenges throughout your journey in the work that you do with MFI?
Yeah, so my greatest achievement is how MFI Foundation is in life of artisans who has been affected by the fast fashion industry, and most of them are now being trained and also having a livelihood that will sustain their family through MFI Foundation. That's my biggest impact. And the challenges are how we have to sustain the work, MFI workshop, and also we have to work so hard that we combat the textile waste so that we can have the free, better world. And also persons with disabilities and the mothers who are jobless, and how we work so hard to employ more to be and take care of their families.
Thank you. Another question was, are all the clothes sold online, or do you also sell products that you make at MFI locally in Ghana in the markets?
Your question?
Yeah, are all the clothes made by the MFI Foundation sold online or in the market, or are they sold locally in different places in Ghana?
Yeah, we produce them. We do cycling things at the MFI Foundation. So all the unique things we ship now from MFI, and we upcycling them.
Okay, we broke up a little bit there, but the other question we have is, thank you for sharing these authentic visual impressions. What would be your greatest wish to Western world consumers?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
The greatest word I want to share with the Western world is that they use clothing. We should moderate our of fast fashion that because they are not durable enough. And when we fill our wardrobe so much clothing and we don't like them again, that's where we give them to Africa, our country especially. So advice is that most people, when we don't want to use our used clothing again, we can transform them into things like placemat, apron, doormats, and so many things others instead of us donating it. Most also end up creating issues country. I think those are the only things I would say, and that the Western world should know, because most of the people also donate their used clothes. Most of them don't know where it ends. And in the video, some parts of our drainage where we show is close to the market where the clothing are being issued. They've seen a lot of people in the different areas. So these are how things are now. So they should donate things, and even to donate something, it should be of a good use. Those things that are of good use, I think it's not good for us also to be using it. So those are my few words for the Western world. If we, as a team, are doing right now and advocate more for our country and the world to be a free waste, that will be our best achievement. Yes.
Right. If anyone has any other questions, we have time for one or two more. I will ask one. What is your kind of favorite part of upcycling? In the upcycling process, which part do you enjoy, and which part is most difficult to do?
You know, I enjoy all the work I do, and I feel so great about it. But what MFI Foundation is doing, transforming used clothes into newly used clothing, accessories. I enjoy doing all those areas, and I'm happy. You know, I love creating things, and I'm happy working on these things. Also, how is impacting lives of the artisans who has been affected? How is their life? When I see it, I'm so happy and grateful. Yes.
All right, I think that's all we have time for. But thank you so much, Matilda, for joining us and offering those comments. And I'm going to turn it back over to Cecilia, who will take us into the next part of our conference.
So thank you for having me, and grateful part of this